Good afternoon, Padmaksh. Thank you for joining in today's interview. How are you doing today?
Good afternoon, sir. I'm good, sir. Everything is going good. How are you, sir?
I'm good as well. Thank you for asking. So, how was your day so far?
It was good, and I'm doing my work and doing study, and was my another work. So it's good. It's going good.
Yeah, your audio is not that so much clear. So, just make sure that your audio comes properly. So, I'll request you to speak a bit loudly so that I can hear you properly. Okay. So, Padmaksh, as you have applied for a position as a web developer, so I would like to know that what is the most interesting fact about web developer you like the most?
In web developing, we make web pages and more interactive web pages and dynamic web pages, which using that web can attract our clients or means we can make web pages interactive using CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. So I like that way to um, to make interactive things. Uh, this is the things which attracts me in web development.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, can you please brief me about your resume that you have presented today?
Yes, I can choose. Uh, I'm a I'm a, fresher student, and uh, I'm I'm applying applied for interior web developer. So I can. Hello,
Yes? Yes, I can
am I
hear you.
audible?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah.
Uh, my, my, Actually, I do introduce myself.
Yes, please do introduce. I told you to brief about your resume. Yeah. Yes, please.
My name is Padmaksh, and I completed my post graduation from Pune Ferguson College, and after that, I am doing this web. I have done a web development course, uh, which is a six month duration course, and in that course, I have completed different types of web pages, and I have made layouts which are more interactive, and I have created some websites also, and based upon that project, I have applied for this job, and I think I am capable to do some and create some good work in this position.
Thank you so much. So, as you mentioned that you have done a training and then you are applying for a job. So, I would like to know that why should I be hiring you and not others? If you are selected, what should be the key factor that I should notice about you?
I am a I am a hardworking pass out student, and I am a quick learner. I can say that about me, uh, and because of that, um, you can give me a chance on this position. So I can say I am a quick learner. I can understand. Uh, I understand in quick. Understand quick everything. So that's why you can give me a chance.
Right. Okay, so as you mentioned that you are hardworking and you are a quick learner as well. But in the market, every people are hardworking because they want to enter into the industry. And every people want to learn new technologies as well. So they tell themselves that they are quick learner. So besides hardworking and learning skills that you have, do you have any other skill set that will draw my attention to?
Yes, I have, sir. In that learning span, I have created some attractive stuff in web. I have created some web pages and websites, so that using that you can. work, and you can give me a chance to prove myself.
Absolutely. Thank you. Uh, so, Badmak, suppose if you are selected, okay, after today's interview, if you are selected, and if the company requires to work overtime, or if it is asked to you that you have to work during the weekends, are you flexible for it?
Yes, I am flexible for that, sir, and I can give my more time to company to, uh, and I can contribute more time to my company, and I can do that, sir.
Right. So, so I'm giving you one situation. So you just tell me what are your thoughts about it. For example, if you are selected in my company and you have applied as a for a position of a web developer and you were selected as a developer. However, when you joined the company, we do not have any project based on web development. However, we have a project based where you might have to work as a technical support. So will you be flexible to work as a technical support, or will you be adamant about working as a web developer and not a technical support?
Mm, I can. Yes, I have applied for this web developer job, so I'm good at web developing. I means I can enjoy the web development work and a technical job. I also do that, but I just what is in that role and all that technical things. So I can means I can do better in web development.
But I do not have that position. When you join, I do not have that position. I won't be able to give you a role of a web developer. I have only the opportunity for you to work as a technical support. So that is my question. So will you be doing it, or will you be looking for a change to thinking to change to a different company?
I can do that work, but after some time, I can switch that job. So
Okay, so you are telling that after some time you would be switching and you are not going to stay in my company. Anyways, thank you for sharing your honest opinion. So I would also like to know that where do you see yourself in the next 5 years of time?
uh, sir, I can say honestly, I am a good team leader, and I can handle and I can manage people uh, very good, and um, I can uh, I can handle them, and I can take. Sorry, I can make them work good, and I can guide them very well. So in few years, I just want to lead some people and do some effective work and be some responsible work. So yes, I can say.
So you will be a responsible employee and you will be working effective from day one itself, right? You won't be working as a responsible employee after 5 years. So after 5 years, you definitely should have some goal, right? It is not like you will be working responsibly or you will take additional responsibility that you will take in your day-to-day life from day one itself. So what is your vision that after 5 years you will be something? So what is that thing? Or you just want to do work or do good work?
Yes, I just want to do work in IT industry, and
Okay,
just
okay, understood. So why? So as you mentioned that you want to do good work in the IT industry and everything, and you have applied as a fresher. So why have you chosen our company? Means why do you want to work with our company? Why not any other company, and why it's only our company?
I just saw your company's work on company's website, and so I read that, and I depends on that. I just choose to work in company, and it's I think I can grow myself in this company and contribute to this company, and I can improve my knowledge. So because
Right.
of that.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts on this as well. Amol, do you want to ask anything over here?
No, not now. When technical will start, then I will ask.
Okay, sure. Thank you. So, Padmaksh, we are done with the HR round. So, we will be right now asking you a question based on your technicals. So, if you want, you can have a glass of water in between.
Sorry, sir. Can you?
We'll be starting with your technical round. In between, if you want to have a glass of water, you can have.
Okay. Okay, sir. I'm ready, sir.
Right. So, as you had been working as as you mentioned that you have trained yourself as a web developer and you have worked on various kinds of web pages, creative, interactive web pages as well. So, the first question I would like to ask regarding HTML is, when we write HTML, we write something like doc type HTML. So, what is the meaning of this doc type?
Uh, Doc type HTML is a I think a version of HTML. So we use that doc type HTML tag for no. It's knowing it's a version of.
So, you're already working on HTML, so you know what is the version of HTML. So why do you specifically write over there the code that, okay, this is the version. So on other programming languages or anything you might have worked in your when you had been doing your graduations and post graduations. But in other languages we do not write the version. Why do we write over here the why it is necessary?
When we write doc type HTML, browser knows that automatically what is the version of HTML.
Okay. So what do you mean by tags in HTML? And give two examples of that.
Uh, tags are means in HTML we write tags, and using that tag uh, we can retrieve the data from web pages, and using uh, tags in HTML we can collect some data from there are multiple tags in HTML.
Give two examples.
There is a button, there is a checkbox, uh, div tag, HTML tag, body tag.
Okay, so you are mentioning that we use tags to collect data from web browser or web page, right? Using tags. Okay, so what do you mean by attributes in HTML?
Attributes are like variables. Means using attributes we can access the uh, tag. Means we need to give a class name is equal to attribute name. So using that we can fetch the all HTML tag using attributes,
Okay,
and we need
so your answer
we can give
actually, yes.
we can give CSS using that attributes. Means we when we give attributes to tag, depends on that we can write CSS to that web pages, and we can
Okay,
decorate the.
okay. So are you aware of figure tag in HTML?
Sorry.
Have you used figure? The tag figure,
No,
F-I-G-U-R-E,
sir.
figure. You haven't used, right? Okay.
No.
So can you specify what is metadata in HTML,
Yes.
or how to specify, in fact? Yeah. How will you specify metadata?
Uh, means we write metadata as less than operator meta is equal to, and the type of metadata means if it, all that. We use metadata for information, means data about data. We using metadata we can information of web pages, upload, download the documents, all that operations we can do using metadata. Means that tag is used uh, to get information to data about data.
Okay. So I guess you have handled different kinds of lists in HTML. Have you worked on different kinds of lists in HTML?
Yes, yes.
What are the different types of lists that we have?
There are ordered list, unordered list. That's two list type.
So what is the difference between ordered and unordered list?
I think in ordered list, they comes with sequential order, and unordered list they don't have.
So I'm not getting, means they don't, means how does they come then? It's a
Not in
list, right?
order
It should
means.
be one after the other. Okay. Order list is in order and unordered list is not in order. Anyways, fine. Understood. So, so do you know what is the difference between block level element and inline element?
Yes, I know, sir. Block
Okay.
level
So
element.
no,
Uh,
you do not have to. You do not have to explain it. I'll just follow up with a question. Uh, so I guess you have used span element, right?
yes,
So is span element a block level element or an inline element?
it is an inline element, sir.
Okay. Can you give an example of block level element?
There are many block level elements. View, there is a H1 tag, H2 tag, up to H6 means there are these 6 tag of block level element.
Okay. So I guess you have also used cell padding, right? Cell padding, cell spacing in HTML. So what is the difference between padding and spacing?
Sorry,
What is the
sorry.
difference between cell padding and cell spacing in HTML?
Cell padding and cell spacing. Cell spacing is a space between two characters, I think. Two words or characters, I just have
And
confusion
what is
with that.
cell padding?
Cell padding is difference between two lines.
Okay. So as you mentioned that you are familiar with inline element and block element. So is it possible to change an inline element into a block level element?
Yes, it is possible.
How do you do that?
Uh, Means we can write inline element in block level elements.
No, I'm asking how will you change an inline element into block level element?
Means
I
conversion of
don't.
inline element into block level.
So is there any CSS property that we have? Anyways, not a problem. Yes,
I,
Amol, you can ask a few questions if you want.
Yeah. So, Padmax, tell me, do you know heading tags in HTML? Different
heading
heading
tag.
tags.
Title, there is a title tag in heading tag, and
Heading tag H1, H2.
okay.
How many heading tags do we have in HTML?
There is a 6, I think.
Okay. And do you know what is size of H1?
H1 is, I think, bigger, and then smaller, up to H6.
Name itself explaining that. I want specific size H1.
I just means in pixel.
Yes, in pixel. In pixel or either in EM, you can specify.
No, it's recognized.
Okay, no worries. It is 32 pixel, means 2 EM. Okay.
Sorry, 30.
Okay. So can you please tell me what is the necessity of head and body tag in HTML page?
Head tag in HTML page, we can write in the tag title. We can give title of that particular page. Head tag, title, links, all that things are in present in head tag, and in body tag
Yes.
we can write. We can make all the divs and of web pages. We can write all the content of web page.
Okay. Suppose I want to include one external CSS file, then
Okay.
where we can include? It's like in head tag or body tag?
External CSS in body tag, I think.
Body tag. Okay. And what about the JavaScript file?
JavaScript file.
External JavaScript. Suppose let's say there is one web page and I want to include external JavaScript file into HTML page. So where?
Okay,
we will
script tag. Script tag.
Yeah, but inside head or body?
Inside body.
Body tag. And what will happen if we include these two tags inside head?
Nothing. Just it will. I just wrote it in body tag, but we can write also in.
Okay, means you are saying appropriate place will be inside body tag, right?
Yes. Because when HTML page loads, in end of that loading, it links to the JS file.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so let me ask some questions related to CSS as well. So can you just give one major advantage of using CSS? Only
Using
one
CSS,
advantage.
we can design our web page using CSS. We can make it attractive. We can give styles to CSS using CSS to web page.
Okay. So can you just give one disadvantage of using CSS?
Using CSS, just don't know.
Okay.
I will find.
No problem.
Deep, let me ask one HTML related question here. So Padmaksh, suppose there is one anchor tag, and inside that we have provided one link, right? Means href is equal to one link, and whenever I am clicking onto that anchor tag, then that link will be open in same tab, but I want to open that in different tab, means new tab. So how we can achieve this using HTML?
Using HTML, we need to give link of that web page, which we are going to after clicking, we are going to open it in the using href link and then new. I think underscore new. I just forgot that property.
Target property.
Title, I think.
Target.
Right. Target property. Target is equal to new.
Target is equal to new. Okay. Okay. And suppose, let's come to the CSS question. Suppose same anchor tag is there and I want to apply height to anchor tag. Can we do that?
I know. Anchor tag is yes, I think this is a
You can do that. And what about the width? If I am trying to apply width to anchor tag, will it be applicable?
Anchor tag is a block level element, so width is equal to its parents.
Anchor tag is block level element or inline?
I have confusion.
But you
Okay,
have
no.
answered all the questions related to that. And now you are saying confusion.
Anyways, no problem.
I saw anchor tag in which in block level or inline, but I just confusion.
Okay, I will provide hint. Anchor tag is inline element. Okay. Now tell me, if I am trying to apply height and width to anchor tag, will it be applicable?
No,
No.
if it is an inline element.
If it is inline element, then we can't apply height and width to that.
No.
And if I want to apply height and width, then what to do in that case? No? Okay.
I can
Okay, if you want to ask any question, then you can ask.
Yes, sure. So, can you explain the CSS box model and its different elements?
Box model.
Yes, CSS box model. Have you heard? Okay, no problem. Do you know what is Z and Z index in CSS?
Z index.
Yes. You have not heard, I guess. Okay, no problem. Do you know what are pseudo elements in CSS?
Yes, pseudo classes. I just know pseudo classes. There are 3 sets.
Okay. Have you used the float property in CSS?
Yes, sir. I use.
What are the different types of floats that we have? And what
There
does it do
are
basically?
2, right and left. When we give right to float property, it comes in right side at web page and left when we give left property, give left to the float property, it comes in left side of the web page.
Okay. Have you used the overflow property in CSS?
Yeah, I use it.
What is overflow property? What does it do?
When our image overflows the web page, we give that property hidden value. Means when it overflows, it not shows the overflowed image on the web page. It shows accurate image.
Okay. So can you just help me with the property that is basically used for controlling image scroll?
Controlling image. Mouse, I think there is no. I just.
Yeah.
Okay. Amol, you can.
Yeah, I will ask more 2 questions on HTML and CSS, and then afterwards we can move to JS question. Okay. So suppose Padmaksh, I have one image, and also along with image I have like few text, and I want to include that image as well as text into my web page. So which tag you will use to include that into HTML page?
Tag, I think paragraph.
Paragraph for text.
Text.
Okay, and for
image IMG tag.
Okay, and IMG, and after that, if I want to specify path of that image, then how to specify
Then,
that?
Image src is equal to then we need to give path of that image.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So one last question from my side on CSS. What is the necessity of CSS 3 over CSS? Means why we use CSS 3? Means there was like previously some versions, right? CSS 1, 2, then now 3. So what is necessity of CSS 3?
In latest version, I think there will be available some more functionalities and more latest functionalities, which is using that functionality we can make our web page better. So we use CSS3.
Yeah. What are those functionalities? For example.
I'm not updated.
Okay, no worries. Okay, Deep, you can move to the JavaScript question.
Yes, sure. So the first question, a very simple question I want to ask. Is JavaScript a case-sensitive language?
Yes, it is a case-sensitive.
Okay. So what are the different advantages of using JavaScript?
It is the only language which runs on web browsers. So this is a big advantage to use JavaScript.
So is it only for this advantage we use the entire script, or there are other advantages as well?
I just know that one.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so there is one question that I want to ask, that can you assign an anonymous function to a variable and pass it as an argument to another function?
Can you repeat, sir?
Yes, please listen to it carefully. Can you assign an anonymous function to a variable and pass it as an argument to another function?
I think no, sir.
Okay, can you help me with the reason as well, that why you have answered no?
I think
you are just guessing, I guess. Okay, no problem. Do you know type of operator in JS?
Yes, I know, sir.
How does type of operator work?
When type of operator shows the type of variables, means we have assigned type of value to that variable. Using type of operator, we can find the data type of variable.
Okay. So the final question that I want to ask from my side is, what is the difference between undeclared and undefined? Sorry. So the difference between undeclared and undefined.
Undeclared variable means not declared, means we didn't write anything about that variable. Means we did not write name of that variable, which is an undeclared variable. And undefined is, I think we have not initialized with some value to that.
So is undefined variable declared variable or not declared or undeclared variable?
It is a declared variable, I think.
Okay. Yes, Amol, you can ask a few questions if you want.
Yeah. So Padma, tell me, what are different non-primitive data types in JavaScript?
Non-primitive types are objects, arrays. These are
Okay.
non-primitive data.
Okay. Why we will use object in JavaScript? Means what is necessity of using object?
Using object, we can store different types of data, and we can access also different types of data at a time. So we can manage different types of data using object.
Okay. Suppose if I want to pass, there is one function, and if I want to pass object as an argument to that function, is that possible in JavaScript?
Yes, it is possible.
Okay. Okay, fine. So if I say to you that define JavaScript using 4 words, how you will define?
Using forward, it is a very robust language.
Robust. Okay.
And
Then
robust, and I can say means we can learn it very quickly.
okay.
We can.
Yeah. Can you please elaborate on what is robust means? Why you specify like JavaScript is robust? Can you please tell me about that?
We can as I said, we can run it on web browser on every web browser. I think there are versions of JavaScript engines on different web browsers. So in depends upon that. I think it's a robot. Okay.
Yeah, can you please specify few of JavaScript engines name?
I know there are two on different two web browsers. There are two JavaScript engines. There is a V8 on Google Chrome and Chakra on Internet Explorer.
Okay. Okay, very good. So, do you know first class function in JavaScript?
First class.
Yeah.
First class, or I know complete function. First class, I just shared, but I am not.
Okay. Okay, no worries. Can you please tell me difference between parameter and argument in programming language?
Arguments are those when we call the function, we pass some arguments to the function, which are the variable names of variable names, and parameters. Those when we write the function, we get some input to that function. So those are the.
Okay. So tell me what is arrow function in JavaScript?
Arrow function. Arrow function, we can retrieve specific data from object. Means using that function, we can get where we want. So I think this is use of arrow function.
Can you please tell me the syntax of arrow function? Means how to write arrow function? Orally, you can tell me.
Okay. There is a syntax of arrow function. It's a array name dot for each, and then we can use variable name as a parameter to that for each function. It means we can take ELE, and then after round bracket there is a arrow.
Arrow. Okay.
Yes.
After that arrow?
After that.
After that arrow, do we need to use anything like curly braces, something like that?
Curly braces.
Okay. Good. So, can you please tell me what is callback function in JavaScript?
Callback function is a type of function. When we do some event in JavaScript. Means when we click on some on anything, click on anything, it calls that time. Means it executes that time when we click on the button. Or
okay. Suppose there is one function and I want to pass. Means there is one. I want to pass one argument, and that argument I want to pass as a function. Can we do that? Can we pass argument as a
yes,
function in JavaScript?
yes, we can.
We can. Okay. And for that concept, what we called?
Function in events. I think in JavaScript events we can functions to
Okay.
as a parameter.
Okay, no worries. Do you know asynchronous in JavaScript?
Asynchronous, I don't know.
Okay. So, Padmaksh, one last question from my side. Tell me, what is local and global scope in JavaScript?
Local scope is limited to the function block. Means the local variable will be accessible in that function only, and global scope is we can access that variable globally on that page.
Means anywhere we can use global variable?
Yes, we can use a global variable throughout our code.
Throughout the page?
Yes, throughout the code.
Suppose, let's say one variable is declared at middle of the page, and that is global variable. Will that accessible at top of the page?
I think we need to write global variable on the top of the page.
No, we can write at middle of the page also.
Yes, we can access, I think.
We can access at top of the page. Means can we?
Yes, I.
Okay. And let's say, suppose as at middle of the page, one value I have assigned to that variable. Can we access at top of the page? That
I
value?
think it should give not, I think. Using which way we have declared it on depend on that. We have used where or late. I think
okay.
Depends
okay.
on that we can access that variable.
Okay, suppose there is one function, and inside that function I have declared one variable. Let's say where first name. Okay. And I have assigned value to that. Suppose first name is equal to ABC. Okay. And at outside of that function, I'm trying to access that variable called first name. Will that accessible?
No, I think we can't access using where outside that variable.
Yeah, if we are trying to access, then what will happen?
I think it will give undefined.
Undefined what? Error or output?
Output.
Undefined as output.
Yes.
No, I think it will give error.
And I think it gives declared, means in console it will show undefined.
Okay. No worries. After the interview, you can try it. Yeah, Deep, that's it from my side. I'm done with JavaScript.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So I want to end it with one question in JavaScript. So what are escape characters in JavaScript?
Escape characters are /n, /t.
Okay. So yes, so we are done with all the questions for HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So Padmaksh, I would like to ask, do you have any questions for us?
No, sir. I have not.
Okay. And I would also like to know that how much would you like to rate yourself in today's interview?
Out of
10.
I can rate my.
Sorry?
8 or 9.
8 or 9 out of 10 you want to rate yourself.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. So, as you mentioned, you do not have any other questions. So we will definitely come for with the feedbacks as well in our next meeting. So till that time, stay safe. And yes, if you have any question, you can definitely ask us anytime. Okay, we'll be there.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you very much for joining in today's interview, Padmaksh. Have a wonderful
Thank
day
you.
ahead. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Padmaksh.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amma.